So I'm here to do my February wrap-up. For February, I read a total of 8 books. Not exactly what I wanted, but I kind of figured I wasn't going to read that many books just because I gave birth to my son in February. So, yeah. So, I had a pretty good reading month. A lot of the books that I read was either 5-star or 4.5 stars. So, I'm just going to jump right into all the books that I read. So, the first book that I read was Frostbite by Rochelle Mead, which is book 2 in the Vampire Academy series. I gave this a 5 stars. Absolutely amazing book. I love how Rose matured. I love the relationship she built with Dimitri. I love the introduction of Janine Hathaway, which is her mom, and of Adrian, who is a Mori? So, or Morai. I don't know how to really pronounce that name, what they call the vampires, but amazing book. I cannot wait to move on to Shadow Kiss, which is book 3. It was outstanding, a really outstanding novel, and I'm just more in love with vampires. So the next book that I read was a buddy read, I guess you can say, and it was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I don't know what to say about this book. I gave it a 3.5 stars. It was not that interesting to me. Anna was an okay character. I did love St. Clair and the relationship that they built over the course of the book, but it did not grasp my attention at all. I couldn't really fully get through it, and even the person that I was reading the novel with, Patty, which I'll leave her link down below to her channel, she didn't even really like the book according to the message that she sent me. So it was an okay book. But yeah, that was the second book that I read in February. The third book that I read was Altered, and this was also a buddy read. Oh my freaking god, I love this. This is book 1 in the Altered trilogy. I gave this a 4.5 stars because I wanted a little bit more. I freaking love this book. I don't even know where to begin. Like, it was just, I don't know. It was amazing. I love Nick's character. Nick just sounds like a guy I just would love to be with, because he just was so sincere about everything, and I don't know. Great book. That's all I can say. So the next book that I read was the last book in the Shadow Me trilogy, and it was Ignite Me by Tahara Mafi. I gave this a 5+ stars. This is now a favorite novel for me. All I'm going to say is the freaking ending was amazing. I'm glad Juliet chose who she did choose. From book 1 into book 2, I was Team Adam. But after reading this book, I am totally Team Warner. Adam was a complete jerk in this book. Juliet did seem a little bit snobbish at some points, but I loved her growth throughout the entire trilogy. I will do an overview of the trilogy soon, but oh my god, just an outstanding ending to a trilogy that I've ever read. OMG. But anyway, the next book that I read was a novella, and it was The Prince, which is the 0.5, which comes before the selection. This basically gave an inside look onto, I don't even know the prince's name, Prince Maxon's life. And it was okay. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I did want a little bit more from it, but it did help me to understand who Prince Maxon was. That way, when I started to read the selection, I wasn't too, I don't know how to explain it. It helped me just basically to understand who Prince Maxon was, and it was a really good novella. Gave it 4.5 stars. So, obviously, after reading that, I had to bump on to The Selection by Kara Cass, which is book 1 in the Selection trilogy. Great book. Gave it a 4.5 stars. America is a great character, but she kind of pissed me off at some parts because she was so caught up on her ex, who I can't even remember his name. But Prince Maxon definitely is a sweetheart, and I think America just needs to suck it up and win because Prince Maxim is just amazing. Oh, her ex Aspen, I think that's her ex's name. But she just needs to suck it up and move on, because her ex is an asshole. And I did find it kind of crazy that Aspen showed up at the castle to work as a guard, and then all of a sudden wants to like confess his love and all that and tell her how sorry he is. He's a jerk, and America just needs to forget him and stay with Maxim. That's just my point of view. But anyways, the next book that I read was a graphic novel, and it was City of Bones Part 1. Gave this a 5 stars. Great graphic novel. This was my second graphic novel read, I believe, because the first graphic novel I read was Vampire Academy. So this was a great graphic novel. I love the artwork. I love that they kept it to the main points. So it was really, really good. Like, compared to the movie and the book, because I read the book and saw the movie, they stuck to like the main points in the movie and the book. So I'm definitely going to continue on with the City of Bones graphic novels. I do have all of them, so I was just impressed with this, and I love the artwork. Like I said, like, I do think they could have drew Jace a little better, and Clary could have been drawn a little better, but overall I did like the artwork. So I'm going to continue on with the graphic novel series. And then of course I had to jump right into City of Bones. Now, I gave City of Bones a 4.5 stars. The reason being is because I saw the movie before I read the book, and I fell in love with the movie. I fell in love with Jace's character. I fell in love with the whole world and everything. So with the book, I was expecting a little bit more, but, you know, I kind of knew what was going to happen, so I'll give it a 4.5 stars. So I did read City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and great novel. Clary, great character. I do love, however, that they had so, like, much more sarcasm in this than the movie. In the movie, Clary was a little bit of a crybaby, I guess you can say. And in the book, she was much more sarcastic. She was much more witty. Jace was still his, you know, crazy self. But in this book, he was much more self-absorbed than ever. And Simon, I don't know. Simon just seemed a little bit more wimpy. Simon just seemed a little bit more wimpy in the movie than in the book. So, yeah. But those were the 8 books that I read for February. Great, like I said, great reading month. I only had one book that was like in a 3 range, but every other book was like 4.5 and up. So that's about it. And my favorite book from the February obviously is Ignite Me, because I rated it a 5+5 stars. All I'm going to say is any other book that Tahara Mafi writes, I'm going to be buying. I will have a trilogy overview of the Shadow Me trilogy, because it is absolutely outstanding, and I recommend, if you have not read it, you read it right away, because it's great. But other than that, that's about it for now, and I will now share with you guys my March TBR in another video. Bye!